Okay, so this tutorial we're going to talk about how to draw stairs 3 different ways in your plans. If you notice, no matter what direction the stairs are, they are always orthogonally drawn. They are at right angles. The treads are at right angles to the edges of the stair, the sides of the stair. We don't draw stairs at funny angles. So regardless of what your irregular plans are doing, do not be confused. Don't let them determine the angle that your treads and risers have. Everything in the stair should be orthogonal, at least for the purposes of this class. Now, I'm going to draw these very quickly onto my registration line matrix. We have the ground line, and we have these elevation lines for each of the steps for 0.2 of a meter. If you notice the way the stairs are made, they're all the same basically. I did draw them a little rough, so they're not exactly at orthogonal angles, but they should be a meter wide, and then 0.3 each of those treads or runs, okay? And then the landing. Now, the ground line should be parallel with the cut line, and we're just going to assume that our cut lines are here in each case. Okay, so this cut line is parallel with that ground line, so that stair is going to be at an angle to my cut line. The other 2 cases, it's 90 degrees, but the difference is that I'm going to see those stairs in front of me, and there I'm going to see them behind. Okay, so I'll just start over here. We're going to do the same thing that we would always do. We're just going to go back and forth looking straight up, okay? Back and forth looking straight up, and we're going to find corners and edges, and we're going to draw them perpendicular to our cut line, perpendicular to the ground line. We're going to draw them straight up, and that intersection is going to tell us what that stair is going to look like. These 2 should be fairly straightforward. I think that's the one you're more concerned with. So going back and forth, obviously, I have registration lines here, okay? And I see these steps, so I'm going to see them there. Now, it's in elevation, so these should be drawn with lighter lines. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to clarify that in a minute. Okay? Here, it's a little bit funny because it's at this angle, but I'm going to do the same thing where I go back and forth, and I'm just going to find those edges. I'm going to bring them up perpendicular. That's the first stair is there, so I'm going to find that first corner. I'm going to bring that up perpendicular to my cut line. Do the same thing with that step. And the same thing with that step. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here because I see this thing in elevation. So I see both sides of the stair, and in your case, depending on your plan, that might not be what's happening, but for the purposes of this tutorial, this is how this works. And so those stairs are going to run between those lines, and so that's that first one, okay? That's that second one. Now, these stairs should definitely be drawn with lighter lines if they're in elevation, but I might make them darker just for the purposes of this tutorial so that you can see them more clearly, okay? And then this step steps down. Obviously, there's a landing here somewhere, but there's a step up there, there's a step up there, there's a step up there, and then that landing continues, and we'll just say stops there. And that's the corner of my landing, okay? We also have a step up here, here, and there. All right? So, just to show you the outline of that. And I'm going to see that corner there. I'll work that out in a minute. Okay? Registration lines here, then everything in there is dashed. Okay? So I'll show clarification. Alright, so let me clarify this. That's there. Okay? This is there. This is there. And this is there. I got off a little bit, got confused by the lines, but now we can see that clearly, okay? here we just see these 4 steps in elevation. They're all 0.2, and so they're all equal. And they're all continuous medium or light lines, depending on where they are in space away from your section cut line. All right. Here, likely, there would be some kind of floor, wall, something I'm cutting through as a heavy line, and then this box for the stair would be hidden, dashed in each of these steps would be dashed in. Move that up. Kind of see how that works. Stairs in section, looking from the front at an angle and behind.